In this video, we will showcase the 8 different kinds of xenomorphs born or created from engineers and space jockeys, which are essentially the same species as described in the canon lore. We will begin with the movie versions, then go on to games, comics and cancelled concepts, which to us still count since they are pretty awesome. Anyway, let's get to it. Number 1. The Deacon. In the Prometheus movie, the Deacon is a creature born from a complex and unpredictable life cycle involving the Black Goo Pathogen, which is a bioweapon developed by the engineers. The process starts when the Black Goo infects a living organism, who is Dr. Charlie Holloway, who then impregnates his wife Dr. Shaw, and who later gives birth to a massive squid-like creature called a trilobite. This trilobite then attacks an engineer, implanting an embryo inside of him, which ultimately grows into the Deacon. Now this Deacon is different from the classic xenomorphs in that it has blue, slick skin and an elongated head with a sharp tip at the back, somewhat resembling the engineers themselves. Its inner mouth, which is pink and lined with sharp teeth, extends out in a manner similar to that of a xenomorph, and it was left stranded on the planet. In the Fire and Stone comic series, it is later revealed that the Deacon grew into an organic mountain around the wreckage of the Prometheus ship, which indicates a bizarre and uncontrollable form of growth never seen anywhere with other aliens. Now we head on to number 2, which are David's failed aliens. After the end of the events of Prometheus and before the Alien Covenant movie, the rogue synthetic David experimented with a mysterious pathogen, which would later result in the creation of the Praetomorph. However, we are privileged to witness his failed attempts, as is shown in the movie and in a short film called David's Lab: The Last Signs of Life. Here a team from Weyland-Yutani arrives on Planet 4, and one of the explorers enters David's laboratory to document the synthetic's scientific discoveries. After carefully recording the specimens and records within the lab, including dissected neomorphs, many juvenile neomorphs, and also what seems to appear like a baby beluga morph, and a vial of black liquid, he sets up a camera to analyze an egg-like object in one of the corners of the room, which is revealed to be an ovomorph. What is intriguing here are the dead specimens of neomorphs and beluga morphs, which point to the fact that these might have been born from the dead engineers or from the surviving engineers of the Black Goo attack by David. Number 3. The first Xenomorph Queen. The fate of the first Space Jockey Xenomorph from the derelict ship on LV-426 in the original movie Alien has long been a mystery. In the movie, the Nostromo crew discovers a fossilized space jockey with a gaping hole in its chest, hinting at a xenomorph that had already grown to human size upon birth. Behind the scenes, material suggests a deleted concept of a fossil near the derelict, possibly the remains of the creature. In the novel Alien River of Pain, it offers another take. It reveals that later, when Hadley's hope had been established, Newt's parents explored the ship. They found not just a dead pilot but several more space jockeys, most notably one that was locked in an embrace with a dead xenomorph queen, implying that they killed each other in struggle thousands of years ago. Some speculate that this queen may have burst from the pilot and wreaked havoc on the ship, and in Alien Special Edition, it briefly says that between the deleted scenes and the novel lore, it is hinted that the space jockey's queen xenomorph either died outside and was fossilized or was killed by the surviving engineer crew members. Number 4. The Mural Xenomorph. Before the Deacon's birth in Prometheus, a haunting mural on the ceiling of the engineer bioweapons facility hinted at the existence of a potential engineer xenomorph. This mural depicted a creature that the engineers may have either strived to create or had created long ago, serving as a grim reminder of the bioweapon experiments. Some even believe that this mural xenomorph might have also been worshipped by the engineers as a perfect creature. Given the engineers' ritualistic self-sacrifice to create new life, as shown in the movie's opening, it is possible that this creature was intended to be born from an engineer. Later, David uses this as a vision and motive to create his own strain of xenomorph, the Praetomorph. Number 5. The Ultram Moth. In the script for Ridley Scott's Prometheus, writer John Fates introduced the Ultram Moth, a terrifying evolution of the xenomorph that emerges from an engineer's chest. This creature was described as a dark grey creature, heavily armored and hideously large even at birth, rapidly growing to human size even at a juvenile stage. It had green acidic blood and was meant to hunt down the character Jocelyn Watts in a brutal confrontation, who was also replaced later by other characters. Artist Carlos Huante later refined its design, drawing inspiration from H.R. Giger's Necronom foe, adding biomechanical features and a beluga whale-shaped forehead. The Ultramorph represented a prehistoric variant of the Xenomorph, drawing on themes of genetic influence and evolution, which is an idea Ridley Scott had originally hinted for the original design. Number 6. The Titan Xenomorph. In Alien's Dark Descent, the Titan Xenomorph makes an unforgettable impression. It is far larger than any human-spawned Xenomorph or even a queen. This monstrous creature was born from an ancient citizen, a member of the same species as the Space Jockeys, according to the concept artist Richard Massa. The Titan inherited some traits from its gigantic host, featuring small claw-like hind legs and an incomplete jaw. Due to its underdeveloped legs, it crawls on using its two powerful arms. It also has a large carapace, similar to that of a queen, and can retract its head into the shell when it is in a dormant state. Its inner jaw is equipped with 4 prongs that can extend to an impressive length for attacking. It is massive and formidable, and the Titan's mesoskeleton can even withstand armor-piercing rounds, which makes it a near unstoppable force. Number 7. The Destroyer Xenomorph. In Alien Apocalypse, Dr. Lucian Cahill explains that the Xenomorphs first emerged about 1.5 billion years ago, targeting the Space Jockeys, who were then the galaxy's dominant race. Using the Space Jockeys as hosts, a new breed of aliens known as the Destroyers were born. These Destroyers successfully wiped out the Space Jockeys, restoring balance in the galaxy. So like their human-spawned counterparts, the Destroyers have a skeletal biomechanical look with dorsal tubes and a flat ridge of spines on their backs. But they are larger, stronger, and capable of leveling cities and crushing other Xenomorphs with ease. Unlike the typical segmented tails, they have rigid tails, with tubes along each ridge, ending in a sharp blade. They feature elongated skulls with inner jaws, but also incorporate space jockey traits such as brown-clad armor and a trunk-like structure on their faces, which separates when they open their mouths. Unlike the first Queen Xenomorph that was described in Aliens River of Pain and Alien Special Edition, these were drone-like in design, but way bigger than even a standard queen. And then number 8, the Infestation Xenomorph. In Aliens Infestation Nintendo DS game, we get another take on the Space Jockey Xenomorph. This version is a gigantic brownish creature featuring an organic trunk, much like the classic Elephant Man appearance of the original Space Jockeys, not the engineers seen in Prometheus. The Xenomorph here is the result of DNA reflex, incorporating features from its host. It confronts the colonial marine player aboard the derelict ship on LV-426, the same ship from the movie, suggesting that it might be the original Xenomorph. Anyway, this creature can spit acid, but isn't the toughest challenge in the game, which is a much larger alien queen that waits as a final boss. And with that, we end this topic of the 8 different Xenomorphs born from engineers. Now, if you liked this video, then watch this other one too, and do check out our channel for other dragon, monster, and Xenomorph content. We might have things you haven't seen before. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.